In the next letter, we move just a few days forward from the first one to September 19th, 1941. My grandfather, Bill, is at Mississippi State University. And even though he was at college and seeming to enjoy it so far, his home wasn't too far away that he couldn't go visit for the weekends or holidays. Dear Mother, enjoyed your letter this morning a whole lot. I went to military class this morning for the first time. I believe I'm gonna like ROTC. I hope so. Don't you and Papa worry about me letting you or myself down. I'm gonna do all right. I certainly like the college. Everybody's been nice to me. I like all the instructors I've met. I'm sure I'm gonna get along just fine. I've been attending rush parties 2 days now. So far, I'm undecided about my choice. But I'm pretty well settled down to either Kappa Sigma or Pi Kappa Alpha. I certainly am in for a tough decision. They've all been so nice to me. I sure do hate to have to make a choice. Books are really expensive over here. I bought an infantry manual for $2.50 this morning, and a government book for $3.25 this afternoon. I expect I'll be pretty expensive for a while. But as soon as I get started, everything will be better. I expect to get some money this afternoon. By the way, I wouldn't mind if you sent me a bedspread. I could use one right handily. I gotta go in just a minute. I have to meet algebra at 2 o'clock. Give my love to Papa and Raz. Write me sometime, and don't worry about your freshmen. Love, Bill. Now we'll fast forward a bit to October 3rd, 1941. Dearest Mother, I enjoyed your letter a mighty lot. It was the first piece of mail I had gotten this week, and I was really glad to get it. Getting along fine, I suppose. I'm a little bit behind on my work, but I'm just fixing to make that up. You can expect me to supper Friday night. I'll strictly be there. I decided against going to Alabama because, well, I expect we'll be beaten. Also, I want to go squirrel hunting Saturday. I'd like to get a good look at home and tend to several other minor details. Marjorie and I attended the Kappa Sig informal dance last night. I enjoyed it a whole lot. I suppose she did too. Tell Papa that Mr. Solar is not going to get a good a seat over at Alabama as he would have gotten by letting me buy the tickets. However, it's Mr. Solar, not me, going to the game. I made 100 on a 10-minute chemistry quiz the other day. Also took an hour quiz in algebra, and I'm sure I made a high grade. Thanks a lot for the bedspread. It looks real nice in my room. I'm gonna stop now and go to work. I'll be home tomorrow anyway. See you tonight. Love, Bill. My grandfather was actually wrong about his assumption on the football game he mentioned, because Mississippi State beat Alabama on that game 14-0. At the movies, October of 1941. Walt Disney came out with the now classic Dumbo, which oddly enough, when I was doing this, I realized that the remake comes out this week. Warner Brothers released The Maltese Falcon, starring Humphrey Bogart, and is a perfect example of the film noir genre. I highly recommend this movie if you've never seen it. Also released was Honky Tonk, starring Clark Gable and Lana Turner, and Nothing But the Truth, starring Bob Hope. Now we're going to move forward a little bit more through November all the way to December 1st, 1941. Monday night. Dear Mother, well, I got my schedule fixed up this afternoon, and tonight I'm very well satisfied. There's only one bad part about it, and that is that I can't come home very much. In fact, only very little. I have a lab Friday evening until 5, and I have 3 classes Saturday, of which 2 are chemistry and English. I'm taking chemistry over under Dr. Shelley. I'm just hoping that I won't get Dr. Turner in English. I don't believe our patients will endure the other for another semester. I made a C on the course. I should have had a B. As soon as I make up a drill, I'll get my grade in military, which will be a B. Not so bad since there are just a few A's made in the course. Some elderly man helped me make out my schedule and advised me as to what I should take. He's not real old, but more than 50, I would say. He was extremely nice to me. Talked in such an understanding and sympathetic way. I really appreciated it. He made me realize how nice the good, loyal country folks are. He's a countryman I know. I could tell by the way he talked and expressed himself. You know, when I think about him, I believe he was the same kind of man that was here when Granddaddy was. I'm gonna find out who the man is tomorrow. That is, I'm gonna find out his name. I'll bet anything, whoever he is, he worked his way up from a country boy to a present position. After I finished making out my schedule, he said to me, "You know, a fool won't take advice, and a wise man doesn't need it. But let me give you a bit. Use your time to an advantage. Son, that will count on your what? You know you must remember that your mother and daddy are counting on you to do good and get something out of your being here." Of course, I knew what he told me, but I sure did appreciate his thoughtfulness and kindness to stop long enough to tell me. I'm telling you, you could not drag me away from here unless I changed drastically my plans for the future. There is just too many good folks here for me to leave. I'm confident in my work the second semester. Love to Papa and Razzle and all. Lovingly yours, Bill.
There'll be some changes made today. There'll be some changes made.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special news bulletin. The Japanese have attacked Pearl Harbor, Hawaii by air, President Roosevelt has just announced. The attack also was made on all naval and military activities on the principal island of Oahu.
The President's brief statement was read to reporters by Stephen Early, the President's secretary. A Japanese attack upon Pearl Harbor naturally would mean war. Such an attack would naturally bring a counterattack, and hostilities of this kind would naturally mean that the President would ask Congress for a declaration of war.
Yesterday, December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy. The United States of America was suddenly and deliberately attacked by naval and air forces of the Empire of Japan. A state of war has existed between the United States and the Japanese Empire.